All right, welcome everyone to today's masterclass on SEO strategies for estate planning and elder law firms. I'm James Campbell, Chief Growth Officer for Integrity Marketing Solutions. Guys, today we're going to break down how top-ranking firms dominate on Google, okay? How they attract the best clients and consistently grow their revenue and grow their practice. So if you want better leads, you want higher quality leads, then my friends, you are in the right place. Let's go ahead and get into today's training. Let's start with the simple fact that, guys, SEO is how clients find you. Nearly 7 out of 10 online interactions begin with an online search on Google. And if your firm is not showing up, then your competitors are getting those leads. Today, we're going to talk about how we change that, okay? I think all of us know the layout of Google search, the local service ads at the top, your paid search, you got your map pack, and you have your organic down below that, okay? Understanding Google's page 1 is very key, okay? You've got your paid ads at the top, your map pack in the middle, your organic search results, but 84% of all clicks go to just these 7 listings, the map pack and the top 3 or 4 of the organic results. If you're not ranking there, then you're missing out on all of the best prospects. So it's not just about the cool fact that you rank on Google, but this is where all of the best leads are. So we're going to get into this, okay? Ranking in these spots, it shows your authority and it builds trust. People know that ads are paid for, okay? And they know that if you show up in these other areas, you've earned those locations. So consumers trust firms that rank organically because they've earned that position. Unlike the ads that are just paid for, anybody could be there. This means that the highest quality leads, they're clicking on the authoritative listings, not the ones marked as sponsored. Now, running ads can be a great way to get in the mix, right? Start trying to play in this field because all of the clicks are going, all of the best leads and the eyeballs are going to these listings, the map pack, the top 3 in the map pack, and the top 3 or 4 in the organic listings, okay? So, does SEO really matter? Guys, here's what SEO is intended to bring for you. More qualified leads, higher conversion rates, authority online to command a premium fee, and consistent lead flow. Guys, ranking higher isn't just about visibility. It's about attracting better clients. It's about closing more leads and changing what you're worth. Let's talk about how we make that happen, okay? So first off, why are some leads better than others? Guys, not all leads are created equal, just like not all attorneys have the same skill set. Some clients are ready to hire immediately, while others waste your time and never commit. So to grow your firm efficiently, you need to focus on attracting the right kinds of leads. Those people who are serious, who are motivated, and are willing to pay for expert legal guidance. So think about it this way. Would you rather spend your time with somebody who's actively searching for the best estate planning attorney to protect their family and their assets, or someone who just wants free information? The key is learning to attract and identify the best leads and filter out the bad ones, okay? Guys, there are essentially 4 types of leads. And you're going to encounter all of these within your practice, okay? But we can sort of swing the marketing in such a way, swing the positioning of your firm to attract the better ones. So there's 2 types of buyers and there's 2 types of non-buyers, okay? So the 2 types of buyers, these are prospects who can and will hire you, okay? The first type are your buyers in pain. Guys, these are the clients that have an urgent legal issue and they're ready to act, they're ready to buy. You have your buyers in power. These are clients that need your service, but they require some education or convincing. And then we have our 2 types of non-buyers or prospects who will never buy. They're never going to become a client. The first are your tire kickers or your looky-loos, and they waste your time, ask endless questions, and often pretend to be serious buyers. They pretend. Then you have your nays, I call them, your not applicable. They're easy to identify. They want something that you just don't provide. Guys, if you can identify these types of leads early on and focus your marketing to speak to the types of leads that you want the most, kind of format your consultations for those types of people, you'll start working with people who are actually worth your time. Let's get a little bit deeper into the buyers, okay, the types of buyers. And first, you have your buyers in pain. And these are the best leads. These are the dream clients. They've already identified, they've self-identified a big issue, whether it's a legal problem or a personal issue, and that it needs solving. Maybe it's a recent dementia diagnosis. It could be a family dispute over assets or an urgent need for Medicaid planning. They've recognized that they have a need, okay? And they come to you ready to explain their situation and be completely honest because they want an expert to fix it, okay? Most importantly, they have an immediate need and they're ready to hire. They're not shopping around. They're looking for the best attorney to solve their problem, somebody that they can trust. They want the result. That's the big thing. And the best part is the price is not an issue for them. When the pain is high enough, okay, when the pain is high enough, they're willing to pay a premium for the right attorney who can take control, who can fix the problem and give them that confidence, okay? Now let's compare them to the buyers in power. These are maybe like your on the fence type of leads. These leads, they still need estate planning or elder law, whatever, but they minimize the urgency of the problem. Or maybe they kind of push it to the back burner. They don't want to really talk about what the big issues are, but they know that there's a thing there. They may say things like, you know, my kids get along great. They'd never fight over the estate, you know. We've been thinking about this for a while. We really ought to get it done, but, you know, still alive today, right? They need help clarifying their pain. So for some of these folks, you've got to educate them on the potential risks. You've got to educate them and help them understand the consequences of delaying action. But they are a potential buyer, okay? The leads that want to buy, but they just need more convincing, a lot of times they're going to ask surface level questions, okay? The buyer in power will ask things like, well, how much does it cost? Or can you explain the process to me? Or what's the difference between a will and a trust? Like they'll ask these surface level questions. However, unlike buyers in pain, price is still a consideration for them. So if we stick with these surface level issues and we talk about, this is what it costs, or here's exactly what the process is, it's not going to build the right value with them, okay? So I'm not trying to get too deep into sales here, but we've got to help clarify the dream and clarify the problems with these buyers in power, okay? Which means we have to ask them questions to help them get to a point where they're ready to buy, all right? So the buyers in pain, they're self-identified, they're coming in, they want help, they're going to tell you the honest truth. When you ask them questions, they're going to give you the answers. Why? Because they want the best possible outcome. The buyers in power, they may ask surface level questions, but when you ask them some questions, they'll relent. They'll give you the information because they too are a potential buyer and they want the best possible outcome. They just need some help along the way. But now let's take a look at your non-buyers, okay, your two types of non-buyers. And the first type is a tire kicker, okay? They're what I would call the fake buyer, okay? Tire kickers pretend to be buyers in power, but they will never close. Okay, they disguise themselves as serious prospects, but you'll notice some key red flags. Okay, one, they ask excessive questions, way more than necessary. They bring up price early and repeatedly, and they're focused on cost and not the quality. Okay. They tell you they're shopping around. They'll say things like, well, I'm meeting with a few other attorneys, right? Or I'm talking with another law firm already about this. They won't make a decision. They keep delaying and asking for more information. And when you ask a question, they won't want to answer honestly. They'll give you the runaround. They'll say that you're getting too personal for them. They'll get defensive when you ask them a question. And their biggest barrier is price. They want as much for free as they can. They don't want to pay. They're milking for information. These leads cannot afford your service, or they're simply just unwilling to pay. They're looking for free advice or the absolute cheapest option. They will waste your time, they will exhaust your energy, and still never move forward. And the faster you recognize them, the better. Okay? Then you have your nays. You're not applicable. They're easily identified. They want something that you don't provide. Okay? And we can identify those folks pretty easily. Maybe they need a criminal defense attorney, or they need a business contract written up, or somebody who just does DIY estate plan. They're trying to, get things done as without you actually being involved in the process. Whatever the case, they're not your ideal client. Okay, the best thing to do is just politely refer them elsewhere. But in the context of SEO, which leads would you prefer? Which leads do you want? We want the buyers in pain, right? Those are the folks that we want coming through the door. Okay? The clients that recognize your expertise, they trust your authority, and they're ready to move forward. Or do you want the tire kickers, the ones that waste your time, beat you up on price, and never commit? Because the answer is clear. You want the best leads, the buyers in pain. You want the clients that respect your authority, trust your expertise, they're ready to hire you, they'll pay a premium fee. And guess where the buyers in pain go when they search for an estate planning or elder law attorney? Guys, they click on the top ranking firms on Google. So if you want those high quality leads, you've got to focus on SEO. So in this next section, we'll show you exactly how to position your firm as the authority on Google so you attract the buyers in pain and stop wasting time on these bad leads, okay? Guys, the data tells us that the best, most motivated buyers in pain, they click on these authoritative listings. This is where they go, okay? Let's talk a little bit about a client of ours, and we'll talk about Phil in just a second here. But what does an authoritative firm that ranks high and is in those? If we're back here, if we're in these spots where we're in the Google Map Pack and we're in the top listings organically for, if not all, but most of the keyword searches in our area, what's that lead to? Guys, it leads to consistency in lead flow, clients that trust the firm's authority, motivated clients with real reasons to hire. We're attracting those buyers in pain, the ability to support a premium fee for your plans. We get great reviews online because those buyers in pain, when you help them, they're grateful. They have gratitude. They leave glowing reviews. They make referrals. And that leads to a great reputation and consistently increasing revenue. Okay? That's the big thing, consistently increasing revenue, because it's that baseline of the highest value clients coming through consistently month after month when you're focused on SEO. Now, what happens when you don't rank in those areas, or you're not making a dent in those keywords? You're not showing up for any of those searches. Well, or you're down low. People are going in the depths to find you, okay? Or they're finding you through some other method. That leads to prospects with no money. Prospects that immediately ask about the price, or tire kickers. Prospects that take forever to decide, or that grill you with questions over and over. Or they tell you they're talking to other law firms. They're straight up, hey, you got to give me your best price, You got to try to beat out these 4 other law firms in terms of price. Can you beat them on price? They'll say things like that. They'll believe that you just charge way too much. Or it'll force you into a reliance on referral relationships or pay-per-lead systems like Legal Match, where you have to pay to get people to come into your office. Guys, that's not the position that we want to have you in, okay? We want to have you in that authoritative position, attracting the buyers in pain. Let's talk about what we did for Phil Roos. When Phil Roos, he's at Stone Arch Law, when he first came to us, his firm was facing significant challenges, I would say, in terms of his marketing. There was lack of accountability from his existing marketing agency. Campaigns were running, but he had no clear data on where leads were coming from, or what his conversion rates were, or how much his budget should be day by day, or week by week, or month by month. He had a high cost per conversion. He didn't know a lot different, but he was spending 5 or 6 times what he should be spending on his ads. His Google ads were expensive. The website wasn't bringing in enough organic leads to balance out the cost of paying for ads. And his SEO was underperforming. His website wasn't ranking for the competitive, like what we would call the high intent search strings for estate planning and probate. This kind of left his firm vulnerable to other competitors and invisible to certain potential clients. And he had 2 offices, 4 associate attorneys, a large staff to keep busy. Phil needed a marketing partner that could take ownership of his SEO and his advertising strategy, and one that would deliver real measurable growth, data that we could actually look at. Let's talk about some of the goals that Phil had. Phil's goals were ambitious. He needed a marketing strategy that could match his firm's growth mindset. He has instilled this mindset within the firm of always improving. So he wanted to increase revenue significantly. With 2 locations and a growing team, Phil wanted more high-quality leads to support his firm's expansion. He wanted to keep all 4 associate attorneys fully booked. He needed a steady stream of estate planning and probate clients to maximize the efficiency of his team. He wanted to dominate Google search results. Stone Arch Law had to outrank competitors in a highly competitive market, which is in Minneapolis and Woodbury, for estate planning. And IMS, our team, developed a custom SEO and digital marketing strategy, guys, just designed for these very specific goals, recognizing who the best clients were and what are they searching for, and how do we position the firm front and center for those folks. Let's talk about the outcomes, okay? What are some of the results that we were able to attain for Phil in about a year, within about a year of working together, maybe less than that actually. Let's talk about it. After implementing the strategy for high-performance SEO, working hard on his backlinks and his content strategy and reviews, Phil had an amazing 2024. He was up 45% in revenue growth over 2023, and a direct result of increased lead flow came from his online visibility. 20% increase in website users and sessions over the year before. This is a major jump in organic traffic. This kind of proves the power of SEO when you can increase your traffic by 20%, your users by 20%. He ranks number 1 in the local pack for estate planning and for probate. He holds the top spot for the top ranking firm for the most competitive keywords. And guys, this drives over 700 high intent searches every month, okay? His Google business profile, his impressions increased by over 500% from the year before. Guys, this is where the real revenue resides, okay? When we can start getting our clients in front of those buyers in pain, okay? So guys, more visibility means more leads. His homepage clicks increased by almost 50%. So just strong engagement from the people that are coming from Google. They're engaging. They're not just landing there and bouncing. They're coming there and they're engaging deeper within Phil's marketing and his brand overall. So Phil's the leader in Minneapolis for all things estate planning and for probate, and he has momentum to make 2025 even bigger. And this is what happens when you have the right SEO strategy and the right marketing team behind you. I have a short video from here from Phil. Listen to what he has to say in his own words about what effect SEO has had on his practice. Yeah, I love that from Phil. If you're still wondering if SEO is worth the investment, let's look at some data, okay? 68% of all online experiences begin with a search engine. 50%, 53% of all website traffic comes from organic search. SEO drives 1,000% more traffic than organic social media. Why? Because people search with intent. They're actively looking for a solution to their problem. Almost 70% of searches contain 4 words or more, meaning people are searching for highly specific legal services like Minneapolis estate planning attorney, or best attorney in Minneapolis, or best estate attorney near me. SEO leads have a higher close ratio because they're buyers in pain or they're buyers in power, guys. They're not the tire kickers. lower client acquisition costs. Organic traffic is free. Unlike paid ads, SEO doesn't stop working when you stop spending money, okay? It also helps you boost your ad performance. So if you have a strong SEO presence that builds trust, it makes your paid ads convert even better as well, lowering your cost per click and cost per lead on your paid ads. This helps attract just higher quality leads, guys, reducing the need to spend heavily on paid ads. So, we were able to reduce Phil's marketing budget or advertising budget because we were able to increase the effectiveness of his SEO. So we were able to bring in more high quality leads through SEO than he needed to spend on his ads. So, why SEO delivers better leads? SEO doesn't just bring in traffic, it brings in the right traffic. Keyword research for buying intent. We target high intent searches that lead directly to client conversions. And it builds your authority and your trustworthiness. It helps people see you as the man or the woman, okay? Google rewards expertise, authority, and trust. Their EEAT sort of algorithm there. The same factors your best clients look for, guys. Your best clients are looking for experience, expertise, authority, and trust. Okay, this brings in those high quality prospects to your website instead of getting random visitors, okay? SEO attracts clients actively looking, searching for estate planning or elder law services. So your brand can work for you. Your website positions you as the go-to expert before you even speak to the client. You can set the frame for the initial consult. When clients come through SEO, they already trust you. They already believe you're the best person, making the sales conversations much easier and much more effective. And the best part, the leads come consistently, month after month, without pay-per-click. Let's take a look at these ranking factors, just to give you a breakdown of what affects your SEO and your ranking out there. How does Google, measure you up, okay? According to the latest ranking factors, these are 2025 numbers, the biggest influences are on your Google Map Pack rankings are your Google Business Profile, which is 30%, the single biggest factor in your local rankings. If your GBP is not optimized and you're not posting to it consistently and actively working on your Google Business Profile, guys, you are missing out on great clients, okay? Then you have your on-page SEO. What happens on your website? Is your website ranking or optimized for those high-intent searches, okay? You must be optimized for both search engines and for users. So when people engage with your website, Google is keeping track of how long they're spending on the site. Are they going deep? Are they watching content? Are they clicking on things? Or are they not doing much, right? So the user experience plays into this. Then you have your reviews. More 5-star reviews, that builds your trust and authority. If you're not actively, intentionally working on building your reviews, guys, you're missing out. You're missing out on those buyers in pain. Your links, so high quality backlinks signal your authority and credibility. Behavioral signals, how users interact with your website or your Google Business Profile, it affects your rankings. Then you have these little smaller categories like your citations. That's where your business is listed on the web. Are those accurate across the web? Then you have personalization. So some breakdowns there. If you want to dominate local search, focusing on these key areas is absolutely essential. You better dial in your website SEO. You better be working on your reviews, your backlinks, and by golly, you better have that Google Business Profile set up. And now, remember, Google Business Profile requires that you have a physical location that's verified by Google. So if you're operating like a virtual practice, you're meeting with people over Zoom, you're going to have to work extra hard on your website SEO, your reviews, your content marketing, and your backlink authority. So you got a lot of ground to make up by not having the GBP on your side working for you. Just keep that in mind. There are strategies. If you do run a virtual office, there are SEO strategies, but it requires some extra work on those other pieces of the pie. Guys, many attorneys think it's just about tweaking their website. It's not just about optimizing the website, okay? That's just one piece of the puzzle. To truly rank on the Google Maps and organic search, guys, you've got to claim and optimize your Google business profile, ensure your listing is fully optimized with accurate business information, categories, Q&A, photos, that sort of a thing. Again, our team does all this sort of done for you for clients. Claim and update your business citations. This is something that you can do, or you can put a staff person on to start working on updating your business listings, like on Yelp, Avvo, Justia, lawyers.com. There's literally hundreds of directories across the web. We should be updating those consistently. Get more reviews. If you're not using automation and leveraging AI to ask for reviews and generate those for you, then you're missing out. Guys, the more 5-star reviews you have, the higher your credibility and your ranking. You've got to work on building your backlinks. And backlinks, just for clarification, guys, your backlinks are going to be those links that are on the web from authoritative sources that link to your website. Okay? So it's not just you linking other places, that's important too, but authoritative sources on the web that link to your website. Guys, we do this for our clients in the form of content production and then syndicating through media outlets to get those, like Associated Press, to get those picked up by different media outlets. When done properly and you get your information across the web, guys, this can be an extraordinarily successful tactic. It's a comprehensive strategy, okay, of putting all these pieces together to build your authority, your visibility, and trust in your community. So are you rocking the Google Maps? Are we kicking butt there? Remember, 44% of all clicks go to these top 3 businesses on the Google Map Pack. So let's ask, is your firm ranking in the Google Maps? If you're not in the top 3 listings, your competitors are getting leads that you should be getting. So ask yourself, is your GBP fully optimized? Are you consistently getting new 5-star reviews? Do you have location-based content on your website? So if you're in Springfield, Missouri, and you serve Ozark and Branson as well, do you have content on your website for Springfield, Ozark, and Branson? Is it all unique? Is it all optimized? Is it linked to your Google business profile? If you're not doing those things, guys, you're missing out, okay? Are you building those authoritative backlinks? Are you getting content published on other authoritative sites that link back to your site? If you answered no to any of these things, again, you're missing out not just on revenue, but on high-quality leads, like the buyers in pain that really do want and need your help. They want the best attorney, and that's what you are, okay? Ranking on Google's Map Pack doesn't happen by accident, though. Okay, it follows a proven formula. I'm going to kind of go through some of this, okay? First, optimize your Google business profile, complete every section, add high-quality images, and update your information regularly. Like at least once a month at the bare minimum. Once a week would be better, okay? Consistently publish optimized content, okay, to your blog, your FAQs, your location pages, and use those local keywords. Know what the keyword research is in your market and use those in your content. Encourage client reviews. Ask every satisfied client for a 5-star review, and then respond to those reviews on your profile with the appropriate keywords. Again, this is a done-for-you service that we do for our clients, but you can make your mark by doing these things on your own as well. Guys, reviews matter, okay? Responses matter. So you have to respond to those reviews. Google analyzes your responses. So if you can use keywords, if you know what the keywords are for your market, you want to use those keywords in your replies. This is going to help boost your rankings, okay? Then optimize your website and just kind of go through some of the things here. This is going to be keyword-rich content, human content preferably, okay? Unique location pages. So if you serve multiple locations or you have offices in multiple locations, we've got to identify those locations and cater to them from an SEO perspective within the website and your content. And then obviously just properly optimizing the site. Title tags, meta descriptions, alternate text for images, header structure, and having fast loading pages. All of these things factor into optimizing the website. Especially in competitive markets, you got to be doing all of these things. If you implement these strategies, you'll start seeing your firm rise in the rankings, and soon you'll dominate your local market. And that's the goal. Goal number one, dominate and own your local market. You should own your own backyard, okay? So we want to achieve consistent, high-quality SEO results. We've got to follow this proven formula. Understand what the most important keywords are. So we got to focus on your service areas and those high-intent keywords, okay, with strong search volumes. We have to know what the search volume is as well. Create a great website. The website's got to be awesome. We have to have unique pages targeting the right keywords, speaking to the audience in that form of problem solving, okay? Positioning you as the authority, okay? And not just as a document peddler, but as a problem solver. Optimize the website for SEO. This means your website has strong internal linking, clear navigation, make stuff very easy to find. Proper SEO structure, build your authority, like from backlinks, from other local media stations, industry websites, legal directories. Those authoritative backlinks help build your SEO. And then track your results. You've got to be able to use Google Analytics and Google Search Console to measure your performance. Otherwise, you're out there flying blind, okay? Putting in work and not knowing if it's bringing you any results. When all these elements work together, your firm doesn't just rank, it dominates. And it becomes very difficult for other firms to get ahead of you, especially when you stay consistent. So SEO is not a set it and forget it strategy. It's a long-term asset that continues delivering qualified leads and new clients month after month. SEO is vital to the success of a healthy law firm, okay? Guys, here we can help. So you can either make the switch to IMS, to our Essentials program, where we manage the website, the blog, and your SEO, and your email automations, all of that stuff. So the Essentials program, if you wanted to move your site and all of your marketing assets, internet assets to IMS and our Essentials program, we can do that, and we implement these SEO strategies into that program. If you love your website and it's working for you, but you're just not ranking, you're not optimized, you're not pulling in those buyers in pain consistently, we can help you still. You can keep that same website. We will optimize it for you and implement our SEO strategy on your behalf using the site that you have. So you can book a discovery meeting right there. Either go to, you can scan that little QR code with your phone if you'd like to, or you can go to imsrocks.com/apply and book a meeting with my team. I'm going to open this up for question and answer, so we'll clear this thing off here, and then I'll open it up for Q&A, and we'll get to your questions, all right? Let's get that done real quick here.